Are you overwhelmed trying to choose paint colors for your home, not sure what will look right or what goes with what? What if I told you that I have a grouping of paint colors that will work in any home, even yours? If you want to find out, this video is for you. Hey people, today is the day. You are going to get a grouping of paint colors that will work in your home. Yes, your home. Even though I haven't been there, I promise they will work in your home. I actually guarantee it, and I know that's very bold of me to say, especially with paint. Now, you may have had some experience in the past where paint is kind of a crazy thing. Certain colors might look one way in one house and completely different in another house. But with over a decade of experience, by the way, my name is Natalie Lee and I'm an interior designer here in Georgia. With a decade of experience, there's a group of colors that has been tried and true. And it actually really makes my job easy because even on the fly, I can suggest these colors to clients. My goal is to give you this group of colors, and when we'll go through each one of these colors, you'll be able to mix and match these. So the beauty of this palette is that, there's going to be ones that I might say, hey, this is what I'd suggest for a wall, but you can use it for trim, you can use it for accent, you can use it for bedroom, you can use it for, all the different things that you want to. So it's meant to be a palette that you can literally print off, screenshot all these colors, take them around your house and sort of figure out where you want them. So let's dive right in and let's start with the first one. So first up is a color called Greek Villa, and this is the one right here I'll put up on the screen. It is a beautiful white color, and I have a little printout here that says how Sherwin-Williams. These are all going to be Sherwin-Williams colors, so you can go on their website, check it out. You can also go on Pinterest and type in the color name and see it in different situations. Although I will caution you on that because even in the swatches that I'm going to add here on the screen, your screen color may vary those, but I promise you, if you get these samples and put them in your house, they're going to work. So as I was saying, first up is Greek Villa. Sherwin-Williams describes it as a sunny white that comes to life in natural light. Use it to brighten any space or try it on trim to make other colors pop. So Greek Villa is a tried and true. If I have a room or a situation that doesn't need a specific color, Greek Villa is my go-to. It is my blank slate building color for walls, cabinet color, anything of the sort. It's got a bit of a yellow undertone, but don't let that scare you. It's not super creamy. Some can read as almost a yellow. Greek Villa is white, but it will have a warmth to it. You want to avoid ones, or I say, especially if I'm trying to put it in a whole bunch of houses that I've never been in, is one with cooler tones because those can read super, super cold in the wrong space. But Greek Villa is just enough where literally it has worked in every property I've put it in. I've never put it in a job or sampled it or tested it out and have someone not choose it. So Greek Villa is going to be the first one. As I said, it's mainly for walls or trim, cabinetry, that kind of thing. But again, it can be used anywhere. Next up is another white. This is pure white. Pure white is one that I also suggest for trim. So if you were doing a color like Greek Villa for the walls, or any color for that matter, any color in this palette, pure white would be an option for trim color, or if you wanted to amp it up a little bit and have a little bit of a brighter white. It could also be used on walls and trim if you wanted to swap it out for Greek Villa if Greek Villa felt a little too warm for you. So again, I'd use it as a trim or a complementary tone to Greek Villa where you could use it on the trim. And I will say, all these colors, the trend now is you can take the same color you do on the wall and put it on the trim. So you may have a satin finish on the wall and a semi-gloss finish on the trim and use the same color. So that's totally up to you how you mix and match these colors. But again, I'm just putting together a palette that you can feel free to customize for your space. So now that I've given you some ideas for walls and trim, I'm going to give you an accent color that can be used for even exterior doors. Oh, and this color palette can also be used on the exterior of a home. I've used most of them outside as well, so I know that they will work. So as I was saying, the next color up is Urbane Bronze. This color is one of my favorites. It's not quite a harsh black where that might make you nervous if you wanted to paint your window sashes, or I love Urbane Bronze in my house. I've done wooden window sashes and my exterior doors are painted that urbane bronze. You'll see it on the back side of the door. So it's not such a harsh black. It goes really well, obviously, with the other colors I'm suggesting, and it has a bit of a warmth to it, a depth. They describe it on the website as a brownish gray that evokes a down-to-earth tranquility and a subtle sophistication. It really is that, and I love how they describe the colors. They always make it, sound so elegant, but it really is a great color. It's very handsome, but not overwhelming. It's not going to sort of jump out at you, even if you use it on doors and trim in your home. So while I gave you urbane bronze to be maybe an accent color or for doors or a specific trim or maybe even a ceiling, if you wanted to really add some depth to a ceiling, urbane bronze would be a wonderful one. I'm gonna give you a couple that are actual colors. The first one is in the navy, and I'm looking down at my paper if you see me looking down. In the navy, they describe it as that creates the feel of solidity in your den or study with this cool, stalwart blue. It balances the room with a warm, neutral, like dirty martini. Whatever the heck that means. All I know is if you look at the swatch, it's just a really handsome navy. It's not too of a colorful blue. What I don't like suggesting is, in a space where I'm trying to suggest it for everybody, is I don't want something to be too far to one degree of brightness or coolness. So this in the navy is a wonderful navy blue. Again, this would work wonderfully for built-ins. If you have a bathroom or a bedroom or an office, this would be something that you could use on the walls. You could again do a reverse paint where you have the trim in the navy color and then your walls in the Greek Villa or pure white if you wanted to kind of have a cool trim vibe going on there. So again, in the navy, wonderful solid blue that can work anywhere. And now that I've given you a blue, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you about a green. So that's another trick. Blues and greens are basically neutrals in my mind and have been over the last decade and will continue to be. You can use them in any home. Don't be afraid. It just depends on the tone of the color. So I gave you it in the navy, which is the blue, and now I'm gonna give you elusive green, which will be the green that I suggest. Again, this one here, if you see all these colors, hopefully you're able to tell they could all work together. This would be another wonderful option for a dining room, a bathroom, a bedroom, an office. Again, don't forget your ceilings. Even a room that has nice Greek Villa walls, and if you've got some wood tones in it, you could paint your ceiling this beautiful elusive green color. You've got to be a little creative in the placement of the colors, but these all will mix and match. And I've given you a couple darker colors to work with if you see for the additional colors to the whites. And now I want to give you sort of one that I think is a little more playful because I know not everybody wants the darker tones. You might want something a little more spa-like, especially for a laundry room or a bathroom. And here is the color I suggest for you. It's another green, but it's a super nice, light and airy green, and it is called Sea Salt. And on the website, they describe it as this cool muted green with blue undertones makes every day feel like a relaxing day at the beach. And it really is that color. It's kind of when you go into the room, this paired with the pure white as the trim is super fresh and light and airy. Like I said, again, perfect for a bathroom. And it's a perfect complement too if you have a child's room that needs to be a little bit of a brighter color or you just want it to be. This is one of the colors that I think will work with all the other colors, and I promise it's gonna work in your house. And last up, while I gave you an urbane bronze as an accent color, I will also provide you with a black that I think can work in your home. The color is iron ore. Now, the reason I suggest this black is I have used it again and again in so many different situations. There's other blacks that are much more inky, dark, and just really deep blacks that stand out a lot and can actually look cheap if they're used in the wrong way. But iron ore is more of what I would call a softer black or a muted black. Works well with everything, tends to do really well in residential spaces because it's just not too in your face of a black. And again, I would use it in the same situations that I suggested for urbane bronze, where you could do window sashes or your doors or shutters or anything of that nature where you do want to add that pop of black, or if you have a movie theater in your room, you could add the iron ore in the ceiling again just to give it that cozy vibe. So I hope this is helpful for you guys. All these colors are just such wonderful ones that, again, I've used for over a decade and I'm going to continue to use. They are my go-tos. I promise they will work. If you have used these colors before, have experience with them, please let me know in the comments, even if it's something that goes against what I said. I'd love a conversation with you guys. But I promise, go get these paints, put them in your house. If you end up using them, I hope you come back and let me know how it went. And please like and subscribe. I'm really enjoying building this community here on YouTube, and I hope you decide to come back and see me again soon.